hot off the press. That's what I heard when I was listening to people commenting on the old school journalists.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Donnarumma a little bit. I felt a little bit of disrespect towards his person. And if he's the goalkeeper that helps you guys win, PSG, where PSG last year he was instrumental to their win, but all of a sudden the contract renewal just fell off. It couldn't happen. But also the coach said he's taking full responsibility because apparently they are changing. What it's meant by that, they want someone that can play with their feet. So they kind of want an owner. Probably without the excess errors, but that's what they want, because he said but does that show a shift in Paris Saint-Germain? Because how we know Paris Saint-Germain is the money. So now they discover last year that they can do well without necessarily spending.
They were
that
trying
much.
to do the Madrid thing with more money because Real Madrid spend big at certain moments, but they've recently been very frugal. But they at any given position you're looking at one of the best in the world, absolutely. So PSG were trying to replicate that without the history, without the formula, without the behind the scenes people. So they're like, okay, well, we need the best goalkeeper in the world. Who's the most expensive goalkeeper in the world? And that's who we go after. And it's like that works sometimes, not all the time, but enough to where I understand where that could be somebody's leading strategy, but it can't be the only thing that you do. And that's what they did for a long time until recently, and then they immediately reap the reward for it.
So that shows that PSG is not just thinking in terms of we will bulldoze this with money, but now they're thinking critically,
like a real club.
Yeah, like a real club.
Pinocchio.
We gotta make money.
Yeah,
this is finance, this is business after all, and you can't just steamroll your way in. You have to actually have some sort of plan, and I think that's what they're doing. Having a goalkeeper they bought it from Lille, 40 million. Now they got Donnarumma out, but Donnarumma is going to City. And when
is that official?
I don't know if it's official. I think it's a rumor, but I think it might be official.
Pretty solid though.
Yeah. But when you look at the latest people, I guess football players that City has been buying, it doesn't really look like Pep football. Is it because Pep is thinking about I'll be out anyway? So,
well, the thing, no, I think that yes, I think that it's less about him molding a new system. I think he's just looking at players that can sort of give because they're all working well together.
Yeah,
Cherki's working really well. Reinders looks fantastic. Adnori in the left fullback position looks good as well. So it's even if they're not playing to his tactics and it's not looking like a Pep team, he's still making good signings. So I think that it's a bit more than just I'm out, so who cares? Because that's how a Manchester United thing happens. That's how an Arsenal thing happens, where all of a sudden you've got 7 of your starting 11 are on crazy salaries and just not good enough to be at that club.
Yeah,
everybody here does look good, but yes, their style of play does look a little bit more energetic.
Yeah,
a little bit less concerned with maintaining that hyper control of possession. But you've got good guys on the ball that can do that, so you shouldn't be too worried about being quick countered and dispossessed like that if they're able to keep this performance up. But yeah, they've all kind of melded well, so there's an idea behind what's happening.
Yes,
but I think that it's also Pep understanding that maybe his tactics have been found out a little bit, so he's having to rewrite himself as well, because again, these tactics are too curated for who's come in.
Yes.
For it to be too whimsical. Yeah. But I think that he's changing his style to keep up.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Pep probably has a readjustment in the sense that it's kind of difficult to be extra controlling of what someone does in that particular position, hence taking away their assets itself.
It was a phase, I think, and people. I mean, I remember this conversation happening even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Where everyone was trying to do that, and people that have been watching the sport for 35, 40 years were saying, this shit's fucking boring now, guys. Like, every game's boring to watch. And it's a real athletic contest, so it's not just about entertaining the fans. It's that should be the last thing on their mind, because it should be the last thing on the fans' mind, because in theory the fans should be wanting 3 points.
That's
like,
true.
I don't care how you do it, you just do it.
You gotta win.
But it does make certain games, a tough run to watch.
It's robotic, it's automated. So
but it looks like a high energy is kind of resuming in the sport again, and I think that's good for the fans. I think that the fans will really appreciate that extra energy, the excitement, even if it's at the expense potentially of your own club. Just the high energy. It's that way in all sports, I think.
Yeah. Like I said, and we've been saying this, go subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and comment down
again
below.
Hit it thrice.
Yes.